I have a very small understanding of what happened.
Too.
Yeah, I was at PAX.
I forgot about that.
Not mentally, set the record but physically, I was at PAX.
Let me set the record straight, too. There was a lot of people that thought I was at PAX and I was in a lot of people's photos. I was not there.
He was in a lot of photos, and you guys were
in so many photos. Yeah, me and Dew hung out the whole time.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Durkee was you. Man. They were just like...
Yeah, I'm the big, tall, curly-headed black guy. That's me.
Yeah, 6'3", about 300 pounds. That's Dew.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell by his forearms.
It's the literal opposite. Grizzy's like a hairless black forearm.
I'm like a hairy, like albino ape.
Fucking cave ape. I don't know, Soup. You wanna start off with your PAX adventures? We had pretty different experiences, so.
I don't even know where to begin, honestly.
We could talk about our live stream.
I don't want to talk about it. Dude, I was so tired and like hungover. That was the worst.
Oh yeah, I was fucking hungover as shit. And for those that, I guess for context, me and Soup decided it would be a good idea to kind of like, I guess, help out a company that we work with. And we did a little live stream for them at PAX where we played their game for a little bit and just kind of did commentary and shit. But we had to be relatively PG, and because of that, it was just like the most awkward conversation ever.
That's on YouTube,
right? Admitted to a felony. No, they it was on Twitch, the whole VOD, but they took it down. I can't imagine why.
I was gonna.
Literally,
why would they want that floating around?
The minute it started, they like asked us if we had any stuffed animals when we were younger, and Soup immediately transitioned into how he used to grab his cat by the tail and spin it like Bowser.
Yeah, it just felt appropriate. Like I never played with stuffed animals, but I had real animals. I had a cat.
Immediately talked about.
Yeah, he was like talking about he asked about our childhood, and I was like, yeah, well, like I had this cat, and I was into Mario, and Mario would grab Bowser by the tail in the game and be like, yeah, so long, gay Bowser. And I would go out in the yard with my cat, grab my cat by the tail, and I'd sling him around and throw him over my fence and be like, so long, gay cat. I didn't know about animal rights back then, dude. I didn't know I was a child. I didn't know what I was doing. Dude,
it's a literal felony.
Yeah, I had no idea. And then my mom one day saw me do it. And she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I can imagine seeing that like in the backyard.
I was like, "This isn't the first time I've done this." You know, like
if I was a parent and I looked at my backyard, saw my kids spinning a cat by the tail, I'd take them out back and put a gun between their eyes. I'd fucking put them down like Old Yeller. That is so fucked.
Dude, I didn't know any better.
Well, I think at that point you got to grab the kid by the leg and swing him around and throw him over a fence.
I learned from Mario, dude. Blame fucking Nintendo.
Video games cause violence.
Yeah, I'm glad you grew up with Mario instead of COD. That would have been much worse.
Yeah, that was my childhood.
You don't need to talk about it.
Could you imagine if I would have played No Russian as a child?
Oh my god.
I'm really glad your first game wasn't Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
Oof. Oh, that is fucking horrible. But yeah, that stream went well. Soup made a few insinuating terrorist jokes about me. I couldn't say anything about them because we had to be PG. I almost said I love fat cock. That stream was interesting.
You almost came out on stream. Wow.
He's talking about a chicken. And he's like, hey, Matt, you really like that chicken, huh? You know, that immediately
I said something about like choking a chicken. And so
I don't know, but you told the host to fuck off about 20 times.
Oh, yeah. I should talk to him a lot.
Oh, yeah, you did. But yeah,
he would be like trying to tell me how to play the game, and I'd just be like, yeah, why don't you worry about yourself, bro?
It's so fucking stupid. It's like the worst part is like we both tweeted it out, and I know I definitely didn't. I don't think Soup did either, but we didn't actually expect people to show up. So there's a little bit of a crowd congregating in front of us too. So I was just like, fucking kill me.
That was for like the Misfit stuff, right?
Yeah, Misfits game.
I felt like I was doing a stand-up routine. I mean, they laughed a few times, so I guess I.
Yeah, well, when they said, fucking want to give out your socials, and you just started naming numbers like your fucking social insurance number, whatever the fuck it is.
That might actually be why they took it down.
You were
So what if this dumbass actually said his social?
All right, well, the rest of PAX, though, was pretty good. I roomed with Grizzy, and that was actually my first time meeting Grizzy. He's not here to vouch for any of this, so I can talk as much shit as I want.
Hell yeah.
So, the first night, actually, no, it was the second night. Because the first night, Grizzy didn't even come home. It was like 6 a.m., and I woke up, and I looked over, and I didn't see the outline of a large black man in the other bed. So I was like, all right, whatever, Grizzy didn't come back. But the next night, it's like 2 a.m., and we're both like, okay, time for bed. Yeah, cool. We're going to shut off the TV. So I just shut off the TV, whatever. I was about to fall asleep, and all I hear is a bag rustle. And I was like, okay, he's just moving or something. And then 2 minutes later, just just over and over in my fucking ear. I was like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, what? He's fucking literally downing an entire bag of salt and vinegar chips in the dark. Wasn't watching TV. Wasn't on his laptop. Was just eating chips in pitch black darkness. So he literally lived up. He lived up to every expectation of what I expected him to be.
Well, at least it was like
just spot on.
It could have been like a bucket of chicken or something. Like that would have been way worse.
He missed out on chicken actually because he fucking came home too late the one night, and then he threw up in our bathroom. Ew. And he didn't tell me he threw up. Well, like I knew something was up. So I saw the bathroom light on. And like, you know those memes of like the fucking alien sitting in the door frame, and everyone's like, when you tell your mom you threw up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but with like a 6'3" fucking 300-pound black guy at the end of my bed, just standing there. And he didn't say anything, but he's like, "Hey, I'm home." I was like, "Okay, cool." Went to bed, got up in the morning, walked to the bathroom, was like, "Oh yeah, he threw up in here." Smelt it immediately, just that putrid smell.
Oh, that's the fucking worst. I would rather smell a bucket of shit than smell that.
Oh yeah, I literally would have rather snorted a line of diarrhea. I don't know about that. I fucking hate the smell. I hate the smell of throw up, bro. It is the worst smell on the fucking planet. Yeah, I actually didn't see Grizzy that much, even though I roomed with him. I ended up going to hang out with the Misfits quite a bit. They were, usual Misfits. Yeah, fucking getting a table for like 30 people, snorting a line of hot sauce, and then throwing up outside the restaurant. Typical Misfits shit. So that was cool to see them. Always enjoy that stuff. And then I hung out for Wildcat, 407, Smitty, and Big Jiggly Panda's meetup. And I've done that a couple years now, but this was like the first time I guess I've been like even remotely relevant at one. So it's like I just had my own spot at the end of the table, and like that was the first time I've ever really signed shit for people.
Right, I was gonna ask that, like, how many times you guys got like recognized and.
Oh, like at the convention, a ton. Walking around Boston, just a few times. Mm-hmm. But like at the table, obviously, where everybody's waiting for the meetup. Like I just expected a few people, but it was probably 80% of them that asked for a signature. So that was like, I don't know. It's weird as a YouTuber because like none of us can actually see the people that are like sub to us. We don't have like faces to them. They're just numbers on the screen, right? Like so, you don't actually feel like you really have like, I don't want to say fans, but like you have the viewers and shit. Like it just seems like a number.
Right.
But to actually meet people is like, it's pretty surreal. It's super cool. That was like the first time I've experienced that. Yeah. So that was fun as hell. I don't know if Soup had any interesting stories. I really didn't have any interesting stories of meeting people. They're all actually pretty solid. One guy followed us around for like an hour, but that always happens.
The weirdest thing to me was, I really was surprised at how many people actually wanted me to sign stuff. Like somebody wanted me to sign his keyboard, which I thought was...
Oh, I signed that keyboard too. I signed the letters on the actual keyboard.
Yeah, it was pretty weird for me because like when I've been to events in the past, I've had, like a couple people recognize me, but it was a ton this time. But I was only at the event for one day, so if I would have been there more, I probably would have had more people. I think the weirdest thing for me was some guy came up to me with like a tiny little like cardboard box, was like, "Will you sign my box?" And I was like, "Sure, man." I was like, "What's in the box?" And he was like, "Yeah, just sign my box." I was like,
That's
I was like, "What?" I was like, "You're gonna tell me what's in this box?" And he's like, "Nah, just sign it." I'm like, "Okay."
Just a live grenade.
Yeah, it's like that was like the weirdest thing. He like would not tell me what was in the box.
It's like a bomb that only detonates by
I
ink.
think,
right?
I think I remember that kid. Wasn't he right outside the Misfits booth?
Dude, I can't
Right
remember. All I know
I'm pretty sure it was right after the stream because I remember the kid walking around with a white box.
Yeah, like a little white cardboard box, and he would not tell me what was in it.
That is so.
I asked him like 3 times.
It was just like his grandma's ashes.
I know, right? Like,
It's just a UPS guy who needs you to sign off for the package.
I feel like we usually get like this was last year. We always get one guy that's like very concerning. There was a fucking kid following us for like 20 minutes last year.
well, if it's a kid, then that's fine.
No, he had a bulletproof vest on, and he was like 17.
Okay, well, if they're older, then that's weird. If it's like a little kid, then that's understandable. But
Yeah.
if they're above the age of like 15, it's like, all right.
No, he was like 17 with a bulletproof vest
all
on.
right.
And he was about as white as dew, so we were like, it's time to head out of here.
It was due the whole time.
It was me. I was there.
Did you check his forearms?
No, I didn't.
Was
I
there
didn't do a
lots of
forum
veins
check.
and lack of pigment?
Is there a good credit score?
I don't know how you could tell that by some of his forearms.
Well,
I'm going to keep my comment to myself.
White.
Yep. No.
I'm not afraid to say it. White.
I don't know if I have many other exciting PAX stories. It was a pretty tame PAX. We just kind of like
Kind of seemed like, from
Got
like all the
drunk in the
stories I
room.
heard, didn't seem like it was
I
too
mean,
wild.
like right time PAX kind of started is when like all the virus scare like came around. So a lot of like
yeah.
a lot of big
There's
like
no
companies
brands,
that
like
normally
brand parties.
like normally have parties and shit to go to. They were too scared to do anything. So which is understandable.
Yeah, because last year at a ACES party, I think it was the first time I actually met Soup. And we were both drunk as fuck.
Oh yeah.
That's when the old fashioned story of him asking the Uber driver if he'd fuck his sister happened.
Yeah, there weren't really many stories like that this year.
No, we didn't really go anywhere together. I mean, the only time I really saw you was at the stream we did together, and then at there was a couple of our mutual friends had a party at an Airbnb.
Yeah,
I think we
That
hung
was
out
about
there
it.
for a little bit. Yeah, no, not much happened. It was pretty tame PAX, which I guess is okay. I mean, we got drunk and watched porn with like 6 of us in the room and ate chicken wings.
I was not there for that one.
No, you were not there for that. That was me, Wildcat, Anthony, John. Yeah, it was a good time. Smitty.
I wish I would have been there. That
What
sounds
kind of porn did you guys watch? Was it just
John
vanilla
was in
stuff, or
control.
was it
No,
weird?
John was in control, so it got pretty weird.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I can't remember too much of it because I was kind of focused on the chicken wings, to be honest.